Hi again then guys, and welcome to another speed tune of course for Forza Horizon 4 in particular, and this is a very personal tune for me. It's one of my favourite cars, not just in the game but in real life as well. Probably my favourite classic car design of all time, the Shelby Daytona Cobra. One of the most iconic American sports cars ever, and also as far as the high rollers go in this game, one of the best, I would say. There are some which are quicker, D-Type Jag for instance, but in terms of all-round ability, this is a very, very good car. Now in terms of tuning, of course, as with most of my tunes, if you don't want to tune it up yourself, you can grab this tune from the storefront. So use the keywords that you can find down in the description to find my tunes. But if you do want to do it yourself, of course, that is where this video comes into play. Now, as far as the upgrade parts, I don't understand where people seem to find this grey area where they don't understand what I say. Fit the racing parts. It really is simple. It's not complicated at all. All of the racing parts just don't fit the front and rear wing. Everything else, tyres, brakes, suspension, transmission, engine parts, fit the racing parts. Then, as far as the actual swaps go, I would recommend the Viper engine. And the reason why is because, of course, that's not authentic, but it is powerful, and that's important for a speed tune. Then you want the twin-turbo conversion, and I would recommend all-wheel drive. Now, I know some people don't like certain things in there, twin-turbo, maybe the Viper engine, maybe the all-wheel drive. So you can fit basically whatever you want. That's just my recommendation to get the best performance out of the car. As far as the benchmark goes, as you can see, it is very fast, 1.4 seconds to 60, basically 3 seconds to 100, 3.1 technically, 267 miles an hour flat out. That's quick. As I said, not the quickest classic, but certainly it's up there, and also great handling for a vintage or classic car as well, and that is one of the key advantages of a car like this over something like an old school Cobra 427 for instance, or an old school Ferrari where they tend to be a little bit wallowy. This car is not like that at all. Now as far as the gearbox, I would recommend a final drive of 2.65. Then as far as the individual gears, you want 2.9, 2, 1.5, 1.18, 0.95 and 0.77. For the alignment, I would recommend 1 degree of camber. That helps out with stability and with the handling that I mentioned earlier on. We've got neutral toe on the front and the back, 4 degrees of caster, which is basically neutral. As far as anti-roll, that's on 25 and 20. The springs are on 105, and then we've got the lowest ride height on the front and the back. The dampers are on 12, and then 6 and 5 for the stiffness, or the bump stiffness, I should say. The aero does not apply, which is kind of surprising actually for a car like this. And then as far as the diff, I would recommend the highest acceleration bias and the lowest braking bias on that race diff, and then a very back biased split, if you will, the torque split in particular, with 80% going to the back wheels. That improves the launch time and also helps with the handling. It gives you that 20% grip advantage over the front end of all-wheel drive, but at the same time doesn't make it too heavy through corners. So as I said, if you don't want to do the tune yourself and you just want to grab it straight onto the car, you can get it from my storefront, but what you want to see is what this car can do in action. Now, as far as this car's performance goes, it is easily one of the primary classics that I would recommend buying if you are looking to spend a huge amount of credits, like 8 million, 10 million, that kind of thing, because it has the crucial advantage over a number of the others that I alluded to earlier on, and that is that not only is it incredibly quick in a straight line, the benchmark says 267, in this race you see me hit 265 in it, so that's guaranteed. The acceleration off the line is phenomenal, but it's that handling, the combination of brutal straight line speed and fantastic cornering ability is what makes the Daytona Cobra so good. It is a race car on the street, so of course it's going to have better cornering than something like an old Aston or a Jag E-Type or something like that, or even a regular Cobra. So overall, if you do use this tune, you will have a ton of fun with it, and you will win events. So of course, click here on screen to see all of my other Forza tunes here on YouTube, and make sure that you follow my storefront in the game to be one of the 47,000 people who have downloaded my tunes in the past and won plenty of events with them. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.